What is up guys, Wraec here with a new video, and today we got Relentless Rumble Brawl number 2, and it's a horrible one. It is, against Brutus, and people are still traumatized by him because up until recently his infinite ults, infinite spinning ults used to actually destroy people's attempts on some fights, and everybody had that happen to him once, so he is back now in this brawl. You only have to do 10 kills, but it is a tough time because this guy has 2 immunity phases and we kind of have to counter both. First immunity phase when he does his ult, second immunity phase when he takes a fatal blow, and we can bypass both of these immunities actually, but it requires a super whaley team. I will show you the best possible team in my opinion first, and then we will talk about alternatives, about things that you can use to still get to 10 kills, or at least maybe to 7, 8 or something, and hopefully you will get some good results. So let's hop into the first fight. Okay, so this is our top team. We are using Dunlinger, and if you don't have Mythic plus Dunlinger, then you are probably, well, within the 99% of people that didn't summon him. He's not very commonly used. I will show you alternatives in a second. Just for this fight, he's actually perfect. I will have to cast the Dunlinger ults manually here. We'll try to get as many kills as possible. I'm still working on that 15, but it's a lot of RNG. Let's try it. So what you want to do and what you have to keep in mind: deactivate the ult first, and then you will see on the left side the Brutuses spawn that don't immediately cast an ult. On the right side they spawn if they do. Lily May counters one ult, and we want to cast the Dunlinger ult as soon as an Brutus on the left side dies. So right now we want to cast it so that we counter the ult of the next one and can still get energy hitting him. So this is like the strategy for it. And in the best case, and well, this is the only way you really reach 15 kills, you never see a Brutus ult. And unless your account is super OP, that stays true to it. So we got now another Dunlinger ult here. Let's see, working out fairly well for the moment. On 10 right now, we got the Dunlinger ult here pretty early. That was a bit strange, but I take it because every time we get that, we actually get some buffs. So we should now be able to get the ult again. Okay, we have it. Let's see, and we cast the ult. It is 14, and come on. No! No! Oh my god! Oh my god, that was half a second away. I don't want to say mean words. That was the closest attempt that I had yet. Okay, but you saw the general gist of it, the way this works. Cast your Dunlinger ult only when a Brutus spawns that would otherwise ult. So this conserves your Lily May ult counter, and then you just defeat them with OD, with the poison dot from OD, to bypass the fatal blow immunity, and well, you counter every ult with either Lily May or Dunlinger. And then we have Mikola for general buffs on the team. She deals decent damage too. I use Sinbad for his buff. He has an insane buff that hastens the damage against normal enemies. Usually not that useful. Here we only fight a single target every time, so it's pretty insane. Also does very decent damage. So this combination has really helped me. Other options, if you don't have Sinbad, include Smokey. The other team that I saw that did 15 didn't use Sinbad, just use Smokey instead. Works as well. Is just another option. I just feel like Sinbad actually brought me closer to winning. So in general, you can replace Sinbad with Smokey. What are your must-have heroes for this fight? Well, your must-have heroes for this fight are those two guys. You need Lily May and you need Odie. Lily May has her main ability, of course, which allows her to counter enemy ults. Whenever a non-summoned enemy casts their ultimate, Lily May becomes unaffected, leaps over, interrupts the enemy's ult, and causes them to lose energy. So this will actually counter one Brutus ult and makes it way easier for us. She alone is not enough to counter every single Brutus ult. This is a little bit horrible, and thus we use Dunlinger on top of her. If you don't have Dunlinger, you will have to live with losing some time to about 2 to 3 Brutus ults that you will still take. Those ults every time take away 4 seconds from your fight. They go for 4 seconds and they give damage immunity. Odie allows us to bypass the fatal blow immunity. For that, we need him at Mythic Plus. If he's not at Mythic Plus, he's not helpful for this fight. He will just be a regular damage dealer, but not allow us to bypass the mechanics. You, in the best case, have him at least at plus 10. Plus 10 gives 600 energy and allows us to also bypass the first Fatal Blow immunity of the first Brutus that spawns. If you don't have that, you will lose 5 seconds to the first Fatal Blow immunity. This is what happens. If you don't have him at Mythic Plus, you will struggle a little bit because you will have to wait for the entire duration of every single Fatal Blow immunity. And this means you will have, if you want to get to 10 kills, you will have to defeat 10 Brutus. That means you will have to see 10 Fatal Blow immunities, meaning you will lose 50 seconds. Because this Fatal Blow immunity is 5 seconds long. So we'll have to wait for the entire duration of that every single time. 10 times 5, 50 seconds. So 50 of the 90 seconds will be lost to this if you don't have Mythic Plus OD. And this is the saddest part of it. Many have him at Mythic Plus, but maybe some didn't. They went for some other heroes. So you should definitely get him, by the way. But this is sadly the thing. Both of those heroes are required. If you don't have OD, for example, well, you just choose strong damage dealers, you put your Smokey in there, your Mikola in there, and you try to just defeat the Brutuses very fast, because this will be the best you can do. There is no other way to bypass those mechanics, sadly, and, well, so you just have to build a team that hits pretty hard by using very strong damage dealers, like Vala, for example. You can go in with Mary Lee, Corrin, everything is really alright. Keep in mind on the faction bonus, that will work for you. Let's just say you don't have Dunling and you still want to build a good team. You use your Smokey, you can use your Smokey in here as a buff. If you have Mikola as well, you place her in there. If you don't have one of those, then just replace them with a damage dealer. Keep in mind, our aura here is most likely going to be an aura of Mauler, so you either want to replace with another Mauler hero, where I would recommend to either go for Alsa or for Reese. Both of those deal very good damage. Shark here is also decent here, but not like the prime choice that I would have used. From the Hypogen faction, we of course have the option to use Fresto and or Burial. And keep in mind, the way I mean this is you always use those two and then you just stack heroes on top. Your prime priorities being Smokey and Mikola on top, and or Sinbad. Sinbad again is a pretty potent hero against this. I saw some people use Cassidy. I don't like Cassidy for this. Didn't work out too well for me. Decent damage, but not too insane. Talene is not a very nice hero for this. Scalita works to an extent, didn't do too much damage. Diana, not really an option, but you can try. What I kind of liked, but has some risks, is Vala. So I went in with Vala, and let's just say you build Scalita, and we have a Scalita in here, so I can show you one attempt with that. For Vala, you again want to use the manual strategy, because that is something that will help a lot. If you use Vala with the manual strategy, keep in mind that you don't want to cast that on an enemy that is already weak. You want to cast that on the tile, where the enemy is marked like this, and she will immediately dash there and deal a ton of true damage. If you do that on a low HP enemy, and you cast her ult on a low HP enemy, this will actually trigger the Fatal Blow immunity even through Smokey's poison. And this is actually horrible. You sometimes have to wait. You can see it's out of range, it says. You have to wait until this guy spawns, and then cast it on the right tile where the enemy is marked, and you deal a ton of true damage, and this will be your one of the best damage dealers basically for this. She takes a little bit more time and a little bit more effort than, for example, Sinbad. And in general, if you have Sinbad, I would prefer... Oh, you don't cast that on the... I can show you one time how to not do it. So we have the Brutus there. He actually spinned, which is horrible. You see the immunity there. And can we... No, he's already past that. But you might have seen that he actually activated the shield. If you really, really hit the wrong time there... the poison is actually below. Can we do it? Okay, you saw that it activates the shield. If you hit the wrong time there, the poison is lower than the HP and the shield is active. And this is actually like the most horrible situation. But even with this team, you see, we were able to activate, to get the 11 kills, actually past the 10 kills even. And maybe if you use some nice damage dealers, you can go there too. If you use the Dunlinger Kump, however, I really wonder if you guys were able to hit 15 or even maybe more. If you got a 16, that's crazy. Best on my server is a 15, I believe, still. Me with a 14, many people with a 14. I saw a ton of 14s. 15, very rarely. I will continue to work on that with the Dunlinger team. You just try your best with the damage dealers I suggested. Lily May and Odie must-haves in your team. Add Mikola and Smokey if you have them. If you have only Smokey or only Mikola, add them and then just add damage dealers on top from the selection that I've told you. Skalita, Vala, then we had Alsa, Sinbad is alright. Mary Lee is alright. You can use Corrin. All of those heroes, they don't have debuffs this time. So it's not like, oh, you deal 90% less damage with magic damage, what we've seen. We don't have that here. So just use the potent damage dealers that you know from other game modes. And try to use Lily May and try to use Odie Mythic Plus. So, if you still have more questions, or if you still don't get to the 10 kills and struggle and want to know if you can improve something, one way to ask is, of course, through the comments. And leaving a comment is something I definitely want to encourage, because that helps the algorithm. But if you want to have some more help, maybe join my Discord server. We have an AFK Journey channel where you can ask. And the other option is to go to the Analytica Discord, where in the Seasonal Hub there is a Relentless Rumble channel and people are eager to help you there. And maybe you can get 1 or 2 more kills, even though it is on this one, it is quite a stretch to get more kills. It is quite difficult, but of course gives you some nice loot. And on the later ones we even have some season tickets, and those are great for the cosmetic shop, where we recently made a video about. Keep in mind, seasonal shop is reset in 4 days right now, and I already previewed and showed you guys all of the new cosmetics. So if you want to see those, take a look at the video I made about it. It's the one with the Viperian skin in the thumbnail, and maybe you will find something that you will enjoy. Other than that, I hope you get some nice kills, and I wish you a great day. We'll see us in the next one.